The smell of antiseptic and burned ozone hung in the air as I cracked open one eye. Bright medical lights stabbed down, and my brain screamed with the dull ache of a plasma burn stitched into my side. My last memory was the battlefield. An explosion, heat ripping across my ribs, then nothing. Now I was on a medical cot, wires running into me, soft hands pressed against my skin. My vision swam, but when it steadied, I saw her. The nurse was tall, lithe, with pale silver skin that shimmered under the lights like polished steel. Her large eyes glowed faintly violet, and her hair, if you could call the long tendrils that framed her face hair, moved with a will of its own, flexing slightly like strands of living silk. She wasn't human. Definitely not. "Stay still, soldier," she said, her voice smooth and resonant, each syllable vibrating through me. "Your wound was close to the artery cluster. I had to bind it with my own threads." I looked down and blinked. The wound wasn't stitched with ordinary sutures. A network of glowing organic filaments ran across my ribs, alive, pulsing faintly with each beat of my heart. They were part of her. That's, different from what I'm used to. I forced a grin, trying to hide the shiver crawling up my spine. "So what, this some kind of alien version of, in sickness and in health? I guess that makes us married." I expected her to laugh, maybe roll her eyes at a stupid human joke. Instead she froze. Her glowing gaze locked onto mine, unblinking. Then she leaned closer, lips almost brushing my ear, and whispered, "You're mine now." The bond. I thought she was teasing me back. Just alien humor. But the next hours proved otherwise. Every time I tried to sit up, I felt her presence in my mind. Not words exactly, but emotions bleeding into me. Her sharp concern when I stretched too far. Her quiet satisfaction when I obeyed her instruction to rest. "What the hell did you do to me?" I asked finally, gripping the cot. Her tendrils stilled, her face solemn. "You invoked the right of binding." "I what?" "In my people's ways, when one saves another with their life web threads, the receiver may claim partnership with words of union. You spoke them carelessly. But the right does not care for intent." She touched my stitched wound. "The bond is sealed. I feel your pulse as if it were my own." I blinked at her. "You're telling me that dumb joke about marriage actually married us?" Her expression didn't waver. "Yes, human. By the laws of my people, you are now my bonded." I lay back, staring at the ceiling. "Married." To an alien nurse I'd known for maybe 15 minutes. Worst battlefield pickup line in history, and it actually worked. Getting to know my wife. Her name was Lyra. She was a Kethari, one of the neutral races contracted by the coalition to serve as medics for soldiers like me. Kethari didn't fight wars. They healed those broken by them. Over the following days, as my body knit itself together with her glowing threads, I learned more about her. She came from a vast oceanic world where entire cities floated on the backs of leviathan creatures. Her people's life web threads weren't just medical tools, they were extensions of their essence, able to connect nerve to nerve, heart to heart. Which explained why I could sometimes feel her emotions bleeding into me, like waves lapping at the shore of my mind. She didn't mean to share them, it was just part of the bond. The strangest part. I didn't hate it. At night, when the ward quieted and the hum of machines softened, I would feel her presence like a gentle warmth at the back of my skull. A reassurance that I wasn't alone, even in the dark. And sometimes, I swore I felt her curiosity about me. Flickers of awe at my strange human thoughts. "Why do you always laugh at pain?" she asked one evening as she checked my vitals. I chuckled despite the sting in my ribs. "Because if I don't, it wins. And I'm not about to let pain win." Her tendrils brushed against my arm, featherlight. Strange human. You fight even your suffering. And you? Yes. Why tie yourself to a dumb grunt like me? Her eyes glowed softer, almost shy. Because when you spoke the words, I realized I wanted them to be true. War intrudes. The bond might have remained an odd, intimate secret between us, if not for the raid. The hospital ship came under attack while it drifted in neutral orbit. Sirens screamed, bulkheads rattled, and distant detonations sent shockwaves through the ward. I tried to rise, but pain flared through me. Stay down. Lyra pressed me back, her tendrils trembling. Like hell. I snapped, trying to swing my legs over the cot. If they breach, you'll need fighters. Before she could argue, a squad of raiders burst into the medbay. Mercenaries from the Dract horde, armor bristling with spikes, weapons crackling with energy. Their leader scanned the room, snarling. No resistance. Take the healers. They fetch good coin. I reached for the sidearm stashed under my cot, but before I could grab it, Lyra stepped forward. Her threads flared, glowing brighter, lashing outward like whips. They wrapped around one raider's arm, yanking the weapon free, then constricted until metal groaned. The alien screamed as the threads sliced through his armor like butter. He stared stunned. I thought your people didn't fight. She bared her teeth, violet eyes blazing. I fight for my bonded. Adrenaline surged through me, my own weapon now in hand. Side by side we drove the raiders back, me firing bursts of plasma, her threads striking with surgical precision, disabling limbs and tearing weapons away. But the leader grabbed her mid-strike, hauling her off the ground. A bonded Ketheri, he sneered. That's worth more than a fleet. He pressed a blade to her throat. My chest tightened, the bond flooding me with her fear. Without thinking, I raised my pistol. Let her go, or I'll put a hole through your skull. The raider laughed. Do that, and her blood spills too. Then something strange happened. The bond between us pulsed, hard like a heartbeat shared across two bodies. Suddenly I wasn't just feeling her fear. I was feeling her strength, her determination. She whispered in my mind, now together. Her threads surged, stabbing into the raider's arm. At the same instant I pulled the trigger. His body collapsed in a heap, weapon clattering to the floor. The others fled. The medbay was ours again. Aftermath. When the smoke cleared, I sank back onto the cot, chest heaving. Lyra rushed to my side, her glowing hands moving over me, checking for wounds. You idiot, she whispered. Her tendrils quivered, brushing against my jaw. You risked yourself again. I grinned weakly. Guess that's what husbands do. Her violet eyes softened, but there was no teasing in her reply. Then I will never let you go. Choice. In the days that followed, word spread. The medics whispered about the human soldier and the Ketheri nurse who had fought like one being, their bond turning the tide. Some said the coalition would try to separate us. Their laws didn't recognize cross-species bonding. Others said the Ketheri elders might demand she return home, severing the link. One night, as the stars glittered beyond the viewport, Lyra sat beside me, her threads gently stroking across my healing scar. If they order me away, she said quietly, I will not obey. The right bound us. My place is with you. I swallowed hard, staring at her glowing eyes. For once, I didn't make a joke. And if you regret it later,